words he speaks are true. We're our humanary stew. We don't pledge allegiance to the Black Widow. The horror that he'll bring, the horror of his sting, the unholiest of kings, the Black Widow.
Hello and welcome to the newest episode of the Spider's Parlor. I am the Spider, and guess who has returned from his trip to Cybertron? Steven's back! Got a little drunk on the Cybertronian oil, otherwise he had a grand time. And he's a little out of it right now, so he'll talk later. Anyway, tonight I'm going to be doing my last retro review for a little while anyway. I will resume this segment later, which I have thoroughly enjoyed bringing back to the surface some good oldies but goodies. Last time I did I Madman. Tonight I'm going to do Rawhead Rex, which is based on a short story by Clive Barker. But before I get into that, the reason this is going to be the last retro review, in fact the last quote-unquote normal episode of Spider's Parlor, is because I think it is time now for me to do a series of episodes devoted to my favorite individual in all of entertainment, the legendary master of shock rock, Alice Cooper. Since I will be seeing Alice in concert the very first 2 dates of his upcoming Theater of Death tour. Right now he's overseas, and he should be coming home any day now. And I will say that he is giving America the first taste of the new show. All the shows he did overseas recently was a continuation of his psychodrama tour. But this is a brand new, we're talking brand spanking new show. And I, for one, cannot wait to see it. He has promised some, pretty much the rule book has been thrown out. And anyway, my new series of episodes is going to be called Nightmares Come True, the Deviant Discography of Alice Cooper. And it's pretty much going to cover my reviews of what I like or don't like of his entire career of music, from Pretty's For You all the way through Along Came a Spider, which is his newest album, and what the upcoming tour is in support of. But we will have time for that the next episode. Excuse me. Tonight, Rawhead Rex. And this is the cover of an unofficial copy of the movie, sadly. Purchased at a horror convention. It has not been released yet on DVD over here, and it's a shame, because this is I call this a lost gem. You know, it has its weaknesses, but all in all, it's a lot of fun. Here's now let me read a little bit of the back. Rawhead Rex is a demon, alive for millennia, trapped in the depths of hell and waiting for release. He is held by an ancient seal, imprisoned for centuries in a barren field near the hamlet of Rathmore, Ireland. In time, this gruesome legacy has been forgotten, dismissed as an odd pre-Christian myth, until Tom Guerin decides to plow the field his ancestors knew better than to disturb. The seal is broken, and an unspeakable evil is unleashed on a rampage of blood and lust. This is the back. The individual that the Rawhead is taking a bite out of is the priest in the movie, who is one of the more unique characters in this movie. At one point he gets kind of, I guess, enthralled, possessed, whatever you want to call it, by Rawhead, and he pretty much thinks that Rawhead is God or whatever, or Christ or anything like that. It's like there's a bit of blasphemy in this movie. The monster, for the most part, I think is pretty cool looking. The only thing I would have to say is weak is his eyes. Initially they look fine, until you get close. They got this red, bright thing that kind of goes around like this all over the place. It just doesn't, it looks fake. It looks very cartoony. It kind of reminds me of Christopher Lloyd as Judge Doom and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, when he's revealed to be a toon and the eyes get all crazy. But you know, it's, for what it is, it's a good solid little monster movie, which Clive Barker, I think he has expressed some dislike of it. He didn't like the way the director put it together, and even though he had a writing credit and producing credit and all that, ultimately, yeah, he has mentioned that this is one film he wouldn't mind remaking. Truth be told, it might be one. I'm usually one that's not for remakes. I don't know if Rawhead would benefit from it, but it might. Maybe better special effects might get it to look, you know, a little better. The story, it's okay. I mean, it's, you know, it follows standard monster formula. Monster accidentally released, people get killed or destroyed or whatever, and then, you know, they figure out a way to stop it, in which, of course, they could, you know, potentially have done a sequel to this. They never did. It came out in 1986. It stars a cast of unknowns. I still think it's a solid, good little monster movie. But I wanted to bring up films like this and I, Madman, because they get overlooked, and you know, it's a shame that, you know, films like this are not as focused on as, say, you know, Jason, Freddy, Michael, and all that stuff. And sometimes, like, I, Madman came out at the end of the 80s, and it, to me, is one of the best films that came out in the 80s. Rawhead, some people that are huge Clive Barker fans might say it's very forgettable or, you know, not even worth mentioning. I think it's one of those, if you can find even a VHS copy, I highly recommend getting it. It's kind of rare. If you looked on eBay before, copies that are sold, the VHS, usually, they're expensive. They can, you know, start out anywhere from $5-6 and sometimes go up to like $20-$25 or more. I think it's, I can't say for sure, but I think it's been released overseas in Britain. If that's the case, I think I want to say I've seen it on DVD on there. And, excuse me. That it's, you know, it goes for a decent amount there too. So if you can track one down, please do. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it about a good solid 7.5, 8. You know, it's just it's pretty good. You know, I would say definitely go for it. I am definitely proud to have it as part of my collection for sure. But as for what's coming, the next few weeks, these episodes devoted to Alice are going to culminate in me seeing him on July 31st, the kickoff of his new tour. So I plan on having the final episode released before I see him, and I will do my best to record as much as you know, commentary or whatever as I can at the show. I doubt I'll be able to bring my video camera with me, but I'll probably will take my regular digital camera, which has some video, you know, to it. So I'll do my best to get some of that footage, but, you know, I think it's going to be good. And expect me to give my opinion over all his albums. And it's just, this has been a moment I've been building up to. I just, you know, really look forward to it, but I will definitely not quit doing this stuff. My normal Spider Parlor episodes will resume after this, you know, devotion of Alice is done. And I will probably stop in the middle of all this to review Watchmen. It comes out on July 21st, and since I didn't start to this show till after the movie was released in theaters, I definitely want to review it, as it's been my favorite movie of 2009, with Public Enemies being a very close second. So, in conclusion, check out our old friend Rawhead. And until then, I hope you all have a great week. And I will have the first episode of the Deviant discography of Alice Cooper probably up in the next day or so. I've already filmed them. I just wanted to wait till I got this out before I post it. So, take care.